What if the guilt you've been carrying is only half the story? My name is Esther. I coach people in Switzerland, and I used to call myself a bad mother. Today, I want to show you why that story was only half the truth. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something that lives quietly in so many of us. Something we don't always say out loud. Regret. Not the dramatic kind, not the life-ruining kind, the soft, aching kind. The kind that shows up on a quiet evening when you're looking at old pictures. The kind that whispers, I wish I had been there more. And maybe for you, it's your children. Maybe it's a parent, a sibling, a friendship that slowly faded because life got too loud. Whatever it is, I want you to know you are not alone in this. Today, I'm going to share something very personal with you. Something I haven't always found easy to say. And then I'm going to offer you a way through it. Not around it, through it. Because that's where the healing is. So, take a breath, get comfortable, and let's go there together. A few years ago, I started looking back at my son's childhood. My two boys, my greatest teachers. And what I saw, it was beautiful in many places, but in some places, it was hard to look at. I remembered moments I wasn't there. Birthdays, the Rabenlichtli-Umzug. If you're not Swiss, that's this magical lantern parade the children do in autumn. The kids walk through the streets holding their little carved turnip lanterns, and parents walk alongside them in the dark. It's one of those moments that seems small, but it stays with you forever. I wasn't always there. I chose yoga over the school event one evening because the small talk, the noise, the chaos, it exhausted me. And I knew that yoga would bring me back to myself. I went on a company retreat to Germany instead of celebrating my son's birthday at home. And for a long time, I carried this guilt like a stone in my chest. I told myself, what kind of mother does that? I called myself selfish, egotistic, not enough. But here's what I know now. That woman, the one who went to yoga, the one who boarded that plane to Germany, she wasn't abandoning her children. She was desperately trying to find herself. She was in the middle of a transition that was breaking her open. She had left the identity of the stay-at-home mother. She was becoming something new. And that process, it wasn't graceful. It was raw. It was painful. And sometimes it meant she wasn't at the lantern parade. That doesn't make her a bad mother. That makes her human. But I also want to tell you this because we so often only see one side of ourselves when we are in shame. I remember the meetings with the teachers and the therapist for my older son. There were difficult times, moments where I had to fight for him, and I showed up. I showed up like a lioness. I sat across from all those teachers. I built a bond with the therapist. I fought quietly, fiercely, with love for what my son needed. And I am proud of that woman too. She was there. She was present. She was brave. The same woman who missed the lantern parade also fought in that room like her child's future depended on it, because it did. We are never just one version of ourselves. We are never only the regrets. We are also the moments where we showed up exactly right, even when nobody was watching, even when it cost us something. Do you hear that? You are not just your failures. You are also your fierce, quiet victories. Something shifted in me over the past few years, gradually, gently, the way real change always happens. I started showing up differently. My younger son did his military service, mandatory in Switzerland, and every time he needed a lift to come home, to get back to the base, I was there every single time. And here's the thing, I didn't do it out of guilt. I didn't do it to make up for lost time. I did it because I wanted to. Because those 30 minutes in the car, just the two of us, driving through the dark or the morning light, they were gold. I got to hear what he was going through, what he was feeling, what military life was teaching him about himself. 30 minutes, just all it took. That was my younger son. And then one day I came home and there were lilies on the kitchen table. Just lilies, left quietly. No notes needed. The first time my elder son had ever done something like that. I stood there in my kitchen and I cried because those flowers weren't just flowers. They were a message. I feel you. I see you. You are here with me now. And that moment, that small, soft, extraordinary moment, it told me that something had healed. In my elder son, in me, in us. You can never go back, but you can always start now. So, what do you do when the regret comes? First, let yourself feel it. Don't push it away. Don't justify it immediately. Just sit with it for a moment. Because regret, when you really listen to it, is not your enemy. It's a signal. It is your heart saying, this mattered to me. And that is beautiful, not painful. Beautiful. It means you love deeply. Second, ask yourself this question, not why did I do that? Because that leads you straight back into shame. Ask instead, what was I carrying then? What was happening inside you during those years? What were you struggling with? What were you trying to become or survive or understand about yourself? Have compassion for that version of you. She was doing her best with what she had. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you were depleted, if you were in the middle of rebuilding your identity, fighting for your mental health, trying to stay afloat, then choosing yoga over the lantern parade wasn't selfish. It was survival. And survival is not something to be ashamed of. Third, act now. Not from guilt, from love. The difference matters. When you act from guilt, you give something hollow. When you act from love, even a small gesture carries everything. A car ride, a phone call, staying up late because someone needs you, sitting in silence beside a parent who is becoming more fragile, bringing flowers, sending a voice message that says nothing important and everything real. These small things, they are not small. They are everything. And fourth, remember this: the people who love you are not keeping score. They don't have a spreadsheet of your absences. What they remember is how you made them feel over the whole course of a life. Not one missed birthday, not one lantern parade. The whole of you, the whole of your love. I want to say something directly to you. If you have been carrying guilt about time you didn't spend with someone you love, put it down. Not because it doesn't matter, but because keeping it doesn't help them. It only keeps you frozen in the past, and the people who love you need you in the present, alive, present, real. The most loving thing you can do with your regret is to let it transform you, not define you. Let it make you softer. Let it make you more present. Let it crack you open just enough for more love to come through. You are not your worst moments. You are the sum of all your love. Every drop of it, even the awkward, imperfect, beautifully human love that missed some birthday parties. I hope today's episode reached you somewhere real. I hope it gave you permission to be human, to have been imperfect, and to begin again today, tonight, in the next conversation you have with someone who matters to you. You don't need a grand gesture. You just need to show up with honesty, with presence, with love. That is more than enough. That is everything. We don't get to rewrite the past, but every single day we get to write the next line of the story. And that line, that one, can be the most beautiful one. And if today's episode stirred something in you that you'd like to explore more deeply, If there's a relationship, a regret, a conversation you've been avoiding, or a chapter of your life you haven't known how to close or begin, I want you to know that I'm here. I offer a free, no obligation coaching session. Just you and me. 1 hour, honest, warm, judgment free. We'll look at what's been weighing on you and we'll find a way forward together. Because you deserve that. You deserve to stop carrying what no longer serves you. You can reach me through the link in the show notes or just send me a message. Tell me you heard this episode and we'll take it from there. Thank you for being here, for trusting me with your time, for choosing to grow. I love what we're building together. Until next time, be brave, be real, be you. With all my heart from Switzerland.